What's up, y'all? So, what I want to do today is I want to share with y'all just a preview from this book that I've been creating for it's been a while, maybe 2 years in the making. Um, but yeah, I just want to share with y'all a preview, just so I can get some feedback. Also, so y'all can just feel the energy and just see where I'm going with this and what my message is. And yeah, man, I'm really proud of this. I know that there's people that need these messages that God has, sent me to put in this book. And so yeah, I want to share a little preview with y'all, if you don't mind, just a few minutes. So we're gonna start with this. This chapter is gonna be called "The Development of Self." Self awareness and the development of self is mandatory for the purposeful man. In fact, your ability to develop self awareness is what will lead you to your purpose. What does it mean to have a good sense of self awareness? Well, simply put, self awareness is our ability to stand apart from ourselves and observe what we see with the critical eye. This includes the understanding of oneself emotionally and mentally, understanding your behavior patterns and where they stem from. Truly, I recommend therapy for all people. Even a therapist needs a therapist. Life takes a toll on us all. However, some people shy away from therapy for various reasons. If therapy isn't for you, then I suggest other practices such as journaling or meditation, as I mentioned before. Having an outlet to clear your head of all the crazy thoughts in your mind is essential to your mental health and development. This is also beneficial to your emotional development as a man. Today, too many men are over emotional and have a fragile ego. This is dangerous to the community and your family on many levels. When men respond to the triggers of life emotionally rather than logically, usually nobody wins. This is why prisons and cemeteries are being filled daily with young men. Males accounted for 80% of all youth arrests for violent crimes, 92% for murder, and 88% for robbery, as reported in 2020 by the Office of Justice Programs Juvenile Justice Statistics. So I'm going to just stop right there real quick. What that was the introduction to the development of self. And first, when we are developing ourselves, especially as men, which this book is really tailored for, but women can gain so much insight from this book. We want to tackle our emotions. We want to tackle our emotions, especially as men. We have been conditioned to believe that we should bottle up our feelings and our emotions, but that's so counterproductive to being a productive member of society. Because what tends to happen, man, we are only human. What tends to happen is at some point something is going to get you to that breaking point, and all of those suppressed emotions is just going to explode out, and you're going to do something that cannot be reversed. You know what I'm saying? And in that paragraph, I gave some statistics about youth, about male youth, and you know those are astonishing statistics. And I believe that a lot of that just stems from the lack of emotional intelligence. A lot of these kids are really just vulnerable. A lot of these kids just really never had someone give them a hug, somebody give a damn about them. So they out here amongst us in this community, and at the drop of a dime, they ready to crash out. They're ready to explode over anything. The way you could just look at them and they could take it wrong and just flash out. So I think that's a problem, and that's something that I want to address within this book to help young men who may feel that way. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to continue real quick. As a purposeful man, you assume leadership of your community, and that requires a high level of emotional maturity. You are going to be faced with a lot of uncomfortable situations, and without critical thinking, you can destroy your life as well as the lives of others. Do not confuse this lesson in emotional maturity as men are not supposed to cry or show emotion. In fact, I believe the opposite. The first step in conquering your emotions is to embrace them. Embrace your trauma. Embrace your past. Embrace your resentful feelings. Embrace all the things that cause you grief and depression. By doing so, you have now taken the power away from these external factors. Some days you're going to feel overwhelmed and want to cry. Go ahead and cry. Think of it as a spiritual cleansing. It's also okay to ask for help. Don't allow your foolish pride to prevent you from receiving the help that you need. There's too many tough guys running around the streets, literally masking their pain with drugs, guns, alcohol, and other foolishness. They are truly afraid of being vulnerable. So they portray this hyper-masculine version of themselves so that they're never on the defense. But all they ever really wanted was to be loved. And I think that's powerful. And I would love y'all feedback on some of that. Because, that's the way that I see it from my perspective. Because I was once one of those young boys. I was once a young boy that was very vulnerable. I had a lot of pent up aggression and resentment because of things in my life. I might have had resentment towards my father not being in my life. And I was very aggressive. There were so many times when I was young that, that I used to just flash out on people. My family members, people in the street. And that was, I was going to be headed down the wrong way. Had it not been for some of the things and the lessons that I put in this book that really helped me, find my way in this world and reroute and re-navigate my way in this world. And a lot of y'all know me for who I am today. But a lot of people don't really know who I used to be. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really proud of my growth, which is why, I feel qualified. I know I'm well qualified to share this insight and share these experiences and share my wisdom, my little bit of wisdom that I may have, by the grace of God, because I know that it can be helpful for some young boys who was just like me, So I ain't gonna give y'all too much more. That was just a quick preview, just to let y'all kind of see where I'm taking it. Give me some feedback, give me some feedback. I need y'all to subscribe to the YouTube as well. I'm still dropping on there. We just trying to help. We trying to help, man. I'm trying to help people find their way. This is just, a little bit of what I'm doing. So, yeah, I don't really got nothing else to say, man. All is well. Subscribe to the YouTube. Comment on this video. Give me some feedback because the book is in motion. And it should be to you soon. So, hey, all is well.